Good morning students. So today we are going to discuss two more types of hybridizations, sp3 hybridization and sp3d hybridization. So first of all, let us discuss sp3 hybridization. Now see, in sp3 hybridization, just like we gave the definitions of all other hybridizations, we will say that in this 1s and 3p orbitals will combine to form 4 new orbitals, and those 4 new orbitals will be termed as sp3 hybridized orbitals, and they will be having equivalent energy and shape. Okay, so if we take methane molecule, then there is existence of sp3 hybridization. So what happens, how they combine, this can be seen from this diagram. One s orbital and these 3 orbitals are combining, so total 4 are combining and they are undergoing sp3 hybridization, and 4 hybridized orbitals will be formed. This is the shape of hybridized orbital. So such 4 will be formed, and those 4 will align themselves in tetrahedral geometry. Okay, just like 4 electron pairs align themselves in tetrahedral fashion, these 4 hybridized orbitals will also align themselves in the tetrahedral fashion, and the bond angle will be 109 degree 28 minutes. Okay, now let us discuss sp3 hybridization of CH4 molecule, methane molecule. Okay, so when we talk about hybridization, we will be talking about central atom. Central atom in this case is carbon atom. So carbon atom undergoes sp3 hybridization here, and how it undergoes sp3 hybridization. 1 2s orbital and 3 2p orbitals, they combine, they get mixed to form 4 sp3 hybridized orbitals. Those 4 sp3 hybridized orbitals will be arranged in tetrahedral geometry. Okay, now see in this diagram, these are the 4 sp3 hybridized orbitals which are forming a tetrahedral structure. Now when we are talking about CH4 molecule, then there are 4 hydrogen atoms. So these 4 hydrogen atoms will combine with these 4 sp3 hybridized orbitals, and there will be formation of sigma bonds. Now here it is written sigma, at the foot it is written sp3s. So what does it mean? It means 2 orbitals, one is sp3 orbital, sp3 hybridized orbital, and another is s orbital. These two are undergoing head-on collision and there is formation of sigma bond. Okay, so this is 1s of hydrogen and this is sp3 hybridized orbital. These two will undergo head-on collision and there will be formation of sigma bond. Okay, so such 4 bonds are formed, 1 2 3 4, and those 4 bonds or these atoms, they will arrange themselves in the form of tetrahedral geometry, and there will be bond angle of 109.5 degree. Okay, now let us come to one more example. It is ammonia. Now if we talk about ammonia, then nitrogen is the central atom, and nitrogen has electronic configuration like this: 1s2 2s2 2px1 2py1 2pz1. Okay, now there are 3 unpaired electrons in the 2p sublevel, and there is no more orbital available where electrons can jump. So this much is the valence shell, but there is no more orbital, so nothing can jump ahead. So it means there is presence of 2 electrons in 2s orbital and single electron in all the 3 orbitals of p. Okay, so it will undergo sp3 hybridization, and what will be the result? There will be 4 hybridized orbitals, and one orbital will contain the lone pair. Okay, that will contain the lone pair, and 3 orbitals which are sp3 hybridized, they will make 3 bonds with 3 hydrogen atoms. Okay, now this lone pair which exists, what it will do? this is according to the postulate of hybridization. A lone pair which exists on the nitrogen atom requires more space than the bond pairs and belongs to fully filled sp3 hybrid orbital. So just like I said, 4 orbitals were formed, hybridized orbitals. One orbital contains lone pair and other 3 are used in the formation of sigma bond. So this bond angle, which is expected to be this much, it is not like that, but it comes out to be 107 degree. So this reduction in the bond angle is because of repulsive forces. Okay, so because of repulsion of lone pair to the bond pairs, this happens. Now see here from the diagram you can see, to be exact, this bond angle is like this, but if we write 107 degree, that is also okay. Okay, so this is the lone pair, it exerts repulsive forces on the bond pairs, and so this becomes the bond angle. Okay, otherwise it should be like this in tetrahedral form, but because of lone pair, this becomes the geometry, and this is called pyramidal geometry. Okay, so we can represent it like this also or like this also. Okay, now let us come to another molecule, which is water molecule. Now in this case, oxygen is the central atom, and if we write the electronic configuration, we will be seeing like this. So here also valence shell is this is the valence shell. Now in our valence shell there are 2 unpaired electrons in p orbitals, so there is possibility of formation of 2 bonds. So in this case there is existence of 2 lone pairs. So when it undergoes sp3 hybridization, then 2 lone pairs are present in the 2 hybridized orbitals. Okay, and they will again exert repulsive forces, and because of repulsion the bond angle will be further reduced. It is expected to be this much, but it reduces and it comes out to be 104.5 degree. Okay, so this is because it is more or less than ammonia. Why? Because in case of ammonia there is only 1 electron pair which is acting as lone pair, and in this case there are 2 lone pairs which are acting as lone pairs. Okay, so there is more repulsion in this case. Okay, now there will be formation of 2 sigma bonds. 2 sigma bonds will be formed between the sp3 hybridized orbital and s orbital. Okay, sp3 hybridized orbitals are with oxygen and s orbital is from hydrogen. Okay, so once this is formed, it will look like this. See, it should be like this. This is the geometry which is according to total number of lone pairs or total number of electron pairs or total number of hybridized orbitals. But since these are lone pairs, there is no atom on this side, so tetrahedral will not be the geometry. These electrons will be with the atom itself. With this atom itself, these electrons will be there, and they will be repelling these bond pairs with more force. So ultimately what we are going to get, we are going to get the bent shape. There will be bent shape of the molecule, and the bond angle will decrease further, and it will be 104.5 degree instead of 109.5 degree. Okay, so this was the case of water. Now let us discuss second type of hybridization. Second type of hybridization is sp3d hybridization. Now in sp3d hybridization, let us take one example. If suppose we have to define it, then how we will say? We will say that in this type of hybridization, 1s and 3 p orbitals and 1 d orbital undergo intermixing, and they form 5 sp3d hybridized orbitals, and those 5 sp3d hybridized orbitals arrange themselves in the form of trigonal bipyramidal geometry. Okay, there are total 5, so 3 will occupy a triangular form, and they will be in the same plane. One will be above the plane and one will be below the plane, and this will be termed as triangular bipyramidal geometry or trigonal bipyramidal geometry. Okay. Now let us take this example. PCl5 molecule shows sp3d hybridization. So when we talk about P is the central atom. Its electronic configuration is this: 1s2, 2s2, 2p6, 3s2, 3p x1, 3p y1, 3p z1. Okay, so the valence shell of this molecule is this. Okay, now see here there is existence of one vacant orbital. 3d also exists, which is vacant. Now in this case there is possibility of excitation. So when we talk about its excited state, then one of the electron jumps into d orbital. Okay, so this is the ground state electronic configuration, and this is the excited state electronic configuration. Okay, so this is the valence shell. See, this one is valence shell. So this valence shell has changed into this under excitation when it is about to combine with some other atom. Okay, now what happens? Now see what all things we are observing in this PCl5 molecule. In the state of excitation, there is formation of 5 bonds. Okay, and 5 half filled sp3d hybrid orbitals. They will be combining with 5 orbitals of chlorine. Okay, and there will be formation of 5 sigma bonds. Now see here what we have written: sp3d oblique p. It means sigma bond is being formed sigma bond is being formed between sp3d orbital and p orbital. Okay, so when chlorine is there, then its unpaired electron is present in p orbital. Okay, so unpaired electron is present in p orbital in case of chlorine, and there is formation of 5 sp3d hybridized orbitals in phosphorus. So 5 these atoms, these orbitals will combine with 5 sp3d hybridized orbitals. Okay, total number of bonds formed will be 5. 3 will be of 120 degree and 2 will be of 90 degree. Okay, those 3 angles which are on the same plane, they will be of 120 degree, and one above the plane and one below the plane, that will be forming 90 degree angle. Okay, so this geometry will be termed as trigonal bipyramidal geometry. Okay, now let us see how it appears. Okay, this is the geometry. This way it appears. This is trigonal bipyramidal geometry. This is trigonal bipyramidal geometry. Okay, see, this much was phosphorus, where 5 sp3d hybridized orbitals were present in the phosphorus atom, and these orbitals of chlorine containing one half filled orbital, means containing one electron with opposite spin, that was there with chlorine, and this has undergone head-on collision with sp3d hybridized orbitals, and there is formation of one bond, sigma bond. Okay, so this way we will represent the molecule, and this first structure, this represents the orbitals overlapping with each other to form sigma bonds. Okay, and this represents the exact structure how it is. So these three atoms are bonded with the central atom, and they are lying in the same plane. Okay, and this is above the plane and this is below the plane. So this above and below, these are making an angle of 90 degree, whereas these all which are at the same plane, they are making 120 degree angle with each other. Okay, so whatever we have discussed today, on the basis of that you have to solve these home assignments. Okay, thank you.